My Michigan TV, my. This is My Michigan TV, a unique news streaming television network. To watch simply add our app to your smartphone or smart TV. You can also watch online at mymytv.com. My Michigan TV, my.
Get ready for The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's dedicated update show. Events, businesses, and people. Anything and anyone causing a ripple in the community. And now, let's dive in to The Splash Live.
Good morning and happy Tuesday. Welcome to The Splash Live. I'm Ursula Kraus. Thank you to everyone from West Bloomfield, Kego Harbor, Sylvan Lake, and Orchard Lake for tuning in this morning. The Splash Live is Greater West Bloomfield's very own daily TV and radio streaming show. Always watch us live Monday through Friday from 9:30 to 10 a.m. on Civic Center TV. Catch us on Comcast Channel 15, AT&T Channel 99, on the web at civiccentertv.com, on Civic Center TV's Facebook app, and you can even listen live on 89.3 Lakes FM. The Splash Live is part of Civic Center TV and Lakes FM's 90 minutes of live local programming. Another gloomy day for West Bloomfield. Today we'll start out with a morning shower or two, but we can expect it to clear up a little bit as the day goes on. Clouds and sunshine will make their appearance a little bit later today, with temperatures hovering in the low 70s. Tomorrow will warm up quite a bit, with temperatures climbing to the high 70s. Some hazy sunshine can be expected, but otherwise it should be a pretty beautiful day. You can save a life. Henry Ford Hospital in West Bloomfield is hosting a free Narcan training seminar on September 18th from 12 to 2 p.m. It is encouraged that the community attends this event in the case that you could save someone's life. Walk or drive up to this training between 12 and 2 and receive life-saving knowledge on how to save someone from an overdose by properly administering intranasal Narcan. This small seminar is sponsored by many organizations, including the Alliance of Coalitions for Healthy Communities, the Greater West Bloomfield Community Coalition, Tri-Community Coalition, Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital, Maple Grove Center, Jewish Addiction Resource Alliance, and the West Bloomfield Fire Department. You must be at least 14 years old to receive a Save a Life kit, which includes 2 doses of 4 milligram nasal Narcan. Speaking of the West Bloomfield Fire Department, mark your calendars for the annual Fire Prevention Open House at Fire Station 1. Sunday, October 2nd is the magic day, and you can enjoy hands-on displays and live demonstrations from 12 to 3 p.m. Parking will be available at the West Bloomfield High School, and a free shuttle will be provided by the West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation. Again, this will be located at Station 1, 4601 Orchard Lake Road, south of Lone Pine. If you've ever had to call 911, you know it is usually never under positive circumstances, and it's even worse when you have to wait on the line for a response. A shortage of 911 dispatchers has impacted the Metro Detroit area in the past year, causing these dispatch centers to work with half the staff they are used to. A major push for hiring people for these positions has covered West Bloomfield, which is reported to receive around 90,000 calls a year. The Orchard Lake Police Department released a Facebook post last week stating that West Bloomfield also provides emergency dispatch for the surrounding areas of Kego Harbor, Sylvan Lake, and Orchard Lake. If you or someone you know is interested in becoming a 911 dispatcher, don't wait and visit wbtownship.org for more information. Be the help this community needs. The West Bloomfield Parks Campout is this Friday at Marshbank Park. For $10 per resident or $12 per non-resident, you can have the chance to enjoy fishing, campfire music, a morning nature hike, tent decorating, and much more. There will be food trucks and a continental breakfast is included. You definitely won't want to miss out on this event. The West Bloomfield Lakers are on fire this beginning football season, and we can't wait to see where Friday takes them at their home field against Clarkston High School. Last Friday, Tyler Kieft was able to talk with Coach Grice for This Week in Laker Football about how they are faring this early on in the season and their plans to keep it up throughout the rest of it. Let's take a look at what Coach has to say.
Yes, they have a new coaching staff, but the same guys from last year. So the O-line coach is now the head coach. So he take pride and make sure that the O-line is tight. But Clarkston is one of those rivalry weeks for us. It's always a competitive game. The last 2 games, we went 1-1 and both went in overtime. So our expectation this week is going to be a tough game this week. Hard physical game. We expect that from Clarkston. But it's one of those games that, hey, when you play these guys, you got to make sure you're prepared, make sure you execute, but more importantly, make sure they're physically ready, mentally ready.
So how does that change the process that your team goes through, or if it does at all, for a week like this, knowing you're going up against a team that's as competitive as Clarkston? It's that rivalry game. They know you, you know them. It's, mano-a-mano out there talent-wise. Does that change that process at all for you, your coaching staff, and your players?
Well, it doesn't change how we prepare. We try to be consistent week in and week out in terms of our preparation. What does change is the mindset, the intensity of practice, the go get them attitude. And if you're not ready and up for this game, I don't know what's going on in your head. But it's one of those games that as a coaching staff, you look forward to, as a player, you look forward to, and as a fan, you're going to look forward to. So it's one of those games that anything can happen. It's all about execution because they're a great team and someone that, we knew on our schedule they're going to have a well-balanced coach team this year.
Going up against a team like Clarkston, particularly that offense, another quarterback that's able to be mobile with the ball. Michael Hine last week over 100 yards rushing against Rochester Adams, as well as over 100 yards plus in the air. And then you got Ethan Clark, 3,000 plus career rushing yards at Clarkston. A great performance last week on the road as well. How does going up against the team last week in Stony Creek with similar talent at those 2 key positions with Justin Taylor and then guys in the backfield like Fogler, help to warm your team up to the kind of competition they're going to see under center and in the backfield this week?
Well, Ethan Clark is the horse of their team, and you stop Ethan, you stop their offense. So Ethan's one of those guys that's been year in year out really play us hard. Last year, for example, he really ran the ball against us, has a few passes for touchdowns. So you got to know where Ethan is at all times. So he's one of those go-to guys. So we're looking forward to that. And they got a strong offensive line headed by Dillinger. That's going to Michigan State. So we feel that they're going to run behind him quite a bit. So we got to match our intensity with their intensity, but we got some players as well that can match those guys as well.
And defensively, this team also was excellent. Cole Jarvis had a really nice game last week in the secondary for Clarkston. What does your team have to do this week to come back out and have a similar performance, especially in those skill positions, the relationship between Rick and his wide receivers, to make this game another successful game in the air in particular for your team?
Well, we don't want to share too much of our game plan on the air right now, but there's some things we're going to do to try to exploit them. Clarkston's been giving up a lot of points the last few games. So we went back and we're going to go back and really watch their film and see what the other teams have done in terms of executing their game plan. But we want to go into this game knowing exactly what they like to do and try to execute it. But I think this team that we have today with Samaj Morgan, Trey Hill, Rick, are we very explosive offense? So the question is going to be, can they stop us? So it's just a matter of if we execute and do the things we need to do, we can come out strong in this game.
Game against Clarkston, 7 o'clock kickoff this Friday at West Bloomfield High School. You talk about shutting down Ethan Clark last week in Rochester at Rochester Adams in that 45-35 victory. 22 carries for the running back for 247 yards and 2 touchdowns. That is going to be a key. On the defensive line side last week, you saw kind of a couple of things happen against Stony Creek, where the pressure was still very much there in the backfield, but Stony Creek's able to kind of open up that next level by having that pressure in the backfield and a skilled quarterback that can kind of get out of the pocket and make some plays. For your team defensively, how do you refocus to keep that aggression but productive on the defensive line and protect the middle against a team like Clarkston likes to use the middle to their advantage?
Well, we got some strength in the middle. Last week we played Stony Creek. They tried to attack us in the middle, and we were able to make some adjustments to accommodate that. So going in this year, we got so many things in our toolbox that we can use to start certain teams. So we'll be able to pull out some toolbox to make some adjustments if they start.
Remember, you can watch the game live at Civic Center TV, WBTV, and on the radio at 89.3 Lakes FM. Take a look at Tyler Keefe's This Week in Laker Football on the Civic Center TV YouTube channel and stay up to date on all the amazing coverage and behind the scenes with Coach Grice and the team. Next up on the show, we have the opportunity to hear from Anya Wieczuk. She is the Associate Director of Polonia Affairs at the Polish Institute of Culture and Resource at Orchard Lake. Thank you so much for joining us, Anya.
Nice to be here. So thank you for the invitation.
Well, I'm very glad you're here as well. So first off, my first question for you is, what exactly is the organization that you work for and how does it benefit the community?
Yes, so the Polish Institute of Culture and Research is an organization that stems out of actually the St. Mary's family at Orchard Lake campus. So what we do is we focus on the Polish roots that the school has and the community of Orchard Lake and everything that encompasses there. So we're there to really herald our Polish tradition, our roots, our heritage. We have an art gallery with a very robust art collection. We have wonderful letters and archives and war memorials as well. We actually have a monument dedication for general use of holler coming up on August 2nd. So we have lots that ties in our past with our present student population, and we're excited to get more information out to our local communities as well.
So this is the first annual art show for Art on the Lake. How was that inspired? What made you guys want to do that?
Well, you know, post-COVID, all of us have sort of been trying to find a reason to get outside and get re-involved in our communities. And so we think because of our heritage and because of this, we're actually working on a renovation of our Galleria space, which will finish up its phase 2 in December of this year. So really, it's a bunch of steps that culminated into this grand idea of the Art on the Lake. So we, of course, have the ambience of the lake, we have the beauty of the campus, and then the ties to our history as well. So it's not just limiting our Polish heritage, but knowing that music and art is universal, we can really share that with our communities, our local artists and artisans, our performance artists, and our small businesses as well, because at the end of the day, it's about supporting one another.
So has the planning of this event, has it been difficult, or did you find it was fairly easy since you have all those resources behind you?
Well, it is our first year. So with each first year, there's always hurdles or unexpected things that come up, but we've been pleasantly surprised and so thankful for the outpour of our community and the interest that we've had. Like I said, it's not just focusing on the St. Mary's community in Orchard Lake, but really everyone outside who also appreciates music, art, and a nice time for the weekend. And who doesn't like Polish food, right?
Oh, I do. I definitely do. So I know you covered a little bit about what we can expect to see, but can you go a little bit more into depth of what we can really look forward to seeing at this?
Sure. So the Art on the Lake, which is a fine art show and sale, it's an opportunity for, like I said, local artists, artisans, and performance artists to get their works out there into the community and for the community to enjoy. But aside from that, we also have a Polish food tent and food trucks that are coming. We also have a section for children. So we have some face painting and murals that will be happening as well. We've had wonderful, and we will be having wonderful involvement by the students. So the boys and girls sections at St. Mary's will also be participating with their art and music, and we're just really excited. So we also have outdoor painting classes that day. So if you go to our website, which is www.picrol.org, if you search under Art on the Lake, you'll find all the information that you need. So we have outdoor painting classes. Hopefully weather will be wonderful. It's the 1st of October, so it's the best time of the fall season to still spend time outside. So we hope to get people engaged in art classes and get roaming around and enjoy some music and food and good ambiance and good friends.
Is this event going to be free to get in, or so it's just free? Okay, cool. Wow.
Yeah, free to everyone. So we really want to include and invite our community to come join us and to see what we're about. And hopefully this can really begin the start of a new tradition. So this actually on campus really kicks off a slew of events for us at St. Mary's, including our Polish Harvest Festival and Homecoming Week. So we're thrilled as the Polish Institute of Culture and Research to really help kick off a lot of these really festive occasions for the fall.
So it looks like we have about 2 minutes left in the interview. Is there anything else you would like to visit on?
Well, actually, I really would like to take this opportunity to still invite artists and artisans and performance artists to come apply. We're still looking for vendors. We would love to have you be a part of our tradition and this new project that we have going on. We're extremely excited. So if you yourself have heard or on the fence, know of a friend or a loved one, or just a small business, an artist that you really love and support, and you would like to get, a little bit of extra help for them, a little publicity and FaceTime and an opportunity to sell their goods and wares, we would love that. So we have a deadline. It's on September 17th, which is coming up this week. But the application is online. Registration is free. It is a non-juried fine arts show. However, the applications will be reviewed, and upon approval, you'll get an informational packet and you get to select your booth. And the fee is only $50 for the 2 days. So we're really hopeful that you'll come and join us. We're so excited, and we can't wait to see all these new faces, and hope this piques people's curiosity about our Galeria and, the Polish community that's in their community.
I am so excited for this event. I can't wait to see how it goes.
Oh, good. Well, hopefully we can do a follow-up.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much, Anya. I'm so excited for you, and you definitely have to reach out and let us know how it goes. We'll probably get to see you again and talk about it, but I hope you have a great
absolutely.
day.
Thank you. You as well. And, can't wait to see everyone as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you. We are going to go to a short break, but don't go too far, because joining us next on the show is one of our awesome regular guests, Gail Taub. Gail is a fitness trainer and a nutrition coach, and today she is going to be educating us on wellness coaching. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live.
Let's savor these moments, made possible by the COVID-19 vaccine. Keep the dining out going by keeping yourself protected and your COVID-19 vaccines up to date.
Fire Prevention Week is just around the corner. Join volunteer, part-time, and on-call firefighters at this year's Fire Open House. Catch up on your fire safety knowledge with live demonstrations and hands-on activities. Chat with local businesses and resources about fire prevention, see some familiar faces, fight future fires, and make some new friends. The West Bloomfield Fire Open House, October 2nd from noon to 3 p.m. at Fire Station 1 on Orchard Lake Road. Mark your calendars for the 11th Annual Family Fun Night at West Bloomfield High School. Stop by on Friday, September 16th at 5 p.m. for an evening of free, fun activities as we honor our military, police, and fire heroes. Plus, stick around to see Laker football take on Clarkston at 7 p.m. To find out more, scan the QR code on your screen or visit wbsd.org/community/family fun night. And now, back to The Splash, live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live. I'm Ursula Krause. There are many ways to stay healthy and disciplined in the way that we focus on our well-being. Today, Gail Taub is going to be talking to us about wellness coaching and all of the important things that it takes to find out how a wellness coach can work for us. Welcome back to the show, Gail. We're so excited to hear from you today.
Good morning, Ursula. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing great. All is well.
Well, I'm very happy to hear that. So my first question is, what exactly is a wellness coach? Can you explain a little bit about what that means?
Sure. So in the past, you may have heard me talk a little bit about the different kinds of wellness professionals that are available out there, trainers and different types of physical support systems, mental support systems. But a wellness coach is a little bit different than all of those. And at its core, very, very simply, a wellness coach, a trained wellness coach, is someone who can help you to make change when change is hard. So you don't hear me making promises about weight loss or about certain types of outcomes when I talk about the definition of a wellness coach. In fact, it's mostly about the other person rather than the coach knowing the answers. I don't have all of the answers for you or the clients that I work with, as I don't live their lives, and they know what is best for them and what they want and what they consider to be their wellness journey. So my job is to help them find ways to make change when it's been historically difficult for them to do it and stick to it.
So can anybody be a wellness coach? Can there be, another health provider or a nutritionist, or does it have to be a specified wellness coach?
That is an awesome question. And I love it because there are really not a lot of guidelines or requirements around calling yourself or assuming that identification and saying that you're a wellness coach. Many people do it. Sometimes they're qualified in different ways. Sometimes they're not qualified at all, and they think they have a solution or an answer that could help you. So in answer to your question, a wellness coach, an authentic one, has gone to school and is trained in how to help people make change when it's very, very difficult to do it, and do it in a way that is on their terms. So not having the answers, like I mentioned, and not having the expert position where I advise or counsel that person, and to go to school to understand how in the brain human beings function and work is super important to being successful and helping somebody to make that lasting change long term.
What would you say is the hardest part about being a wellness coach?
Oh, for me,
Yes.
let's see. Wow. The hardest part for me is just the desire to help people and watch them thrive. And when people struggle, making sure that I don't, take that responsibility for them, right? So that even balance of where my role starts and ends and where their role starts and ends. I wouldn't say it's something that I struggle with. I've been doing this long enough and I understand, but the desire to help people and make sure that they are going down this path and do find what they're looking for is something that I feel very passionate about. And I have to keep that kind of tucked in the background a little bit while I help support them in the ways that help them, not necessarily help me.
So personally, if I decided that my routine wasn't good enough or that I wasn't getting any benefits from it, how could I tell if a wellness coach would be right for me? And what is the best way to find the right wellness coach for myself?
Yeah, so I think you nailed it on the head in your question is if you've legitimately tried, most people do not lack the motivation. They do not lack the willpower. They think they do, but they don't. They don't lack the desire to change. They want it. And so when you take action too quickly and you find a program that requires you to make change right out of the gate, change the way that you're eating, change the routine of your behaviors for exercising, maybe the mindset. That's usually when things start to go south for people. So if you have tried to follow a diet program and it worked temporarily, whether it be for 3 days or 3 months, whether you lost a pound or didn't lose any or lost a ton, but it doesn't seem to be staying where it needs to be. You find yourself sliding backwards. You find yourself reverting to old habits. That's a good signal that perhaps the change you made is not serving you very well and is not the right change, or at least the right approach to making those changes. I always explain to people, it's not about how bad you want it. It's not about knowing what to do. It really is about incorporating the new habits and coming up with different ways to help you manage and understand how to keep things going. So again, learning the diet isn't the challenging part. We can all do that. We can all follow directions, but those directions don't come from us. And so we get stuck when challenges or things trigger us to do the things we used to do. And it doesn't take long most of the time for that to happen. The second part of your question was how to find someone. And that's a little bit trickier because you do want somebody who is qualified and who is someone who you feel like you can connect with and go through the process with and come out on the other side the way you want. One of the ways you can do it is going on to practitioner sites. One of them is healme.com, and that is a practitioner site for licensed or certified wellness professionals of all different types in your area. So if you're looking for someone for massage therapy or health coaching or nutrition coaching or fitness training, that's a wonderful site to go to where they do expect the credentials of that professional to be valid and current. So checking out that website might be a nice idea. Another way you can do it is, number one, if you're listening to this, you can give me a try. You can give me a call and we can have a chat. There's no fee. There's no expectations. If nothing more, we have a nice conversation. We've met each other and maybe made a new friend. But at the same time, I can tell you, I take my credentials very seriously so I can help people in the right way. And then perhaps you ask the right questions to people you actually trust. For example, your physicians, your somebody at your health club. But the right question is, I'm looking for a health coach or a wellness coach that is certified, and making sure you have that. And then when you talk to that person, feel free to ask them for that documentation so that you can feel good that that person is going to be able to help you in the best way possible.
Well, thank you so much for all that information. It's very helpful.
Good.
So it looks like we are running out of time. I really want to thank you again so much for joining us today, Gail. It's been such a pleasure talking.
Always nice to be here. Have a wonderful week and a great rest of your day.
Thank you so much. You as well. So we are coming to a close for the show today. I'm Ursula Krause. We want to thank you so much for watching The Splash Live, your very own Greater West Bloomfield TV, radio, and streaming show. You can watch us live Monday through Friday from 9:30 to 10 a.m. You can see us on Civic Center TV. You can also watch us on Comcast Channel 15, AT&T Channel 99, on the web at civiccentertv.com, on the Facebook app, and you can even listen live on 89.3 Lakes FM. We'll see you tomorrow.
Now that the vaccine is available for children 5 and up, why do you recommend it?
Kids are part of the community and they can spread COVID.
We're seeing both healthy children get